The Natural Park of Stupinigi is located in a suburban area in the south of Torino. In the early 18th century, the House of Savoy assigned Juvarra the project of the big agriculture reserve around the Hunting Lodge of Stupinigi. In 1573, Emanuele Filiberto donated 17,000 hectares of land and woods to the Order of the San Maurizio and Lazzaro, in which we can still find today the routes used in the past for the royal hunting. Now, these lands are prohibited to vehicles in order to allow people to visit natural areas of the park quietly and peacefully. In the park there were farms and buildings that originally provided food to royal court. They are still used today by farms and some of them have been adapted to accommodate tourists. This cozy accommodation surrounded by nature at just a few miles from Torino let tourists appreciate the land beauties and its products. The area of Stupinigi is rich in water. In 16th century, the holding's owner already provided an irrigation system. The water springs foster plant and animals that have disappeared in other agricultural areas. For this reason, it is important to remember that picking up plant is not permitted, as well as disturbing animals in their natural habitats. Because of its 20 kilometers of flat tracks open to the public, this is a perfect place for a walk. It is also possible to rent a bicycle, and if you want to discover the secret of the environment, it is possible to find a guide for a tour in the nature. In the park there are several picnic areas. The environment is also respected by using a differentiated waste collection. The environment and the landscape of the park are preserved and improved. Part of the land is used to produce renewable energy. High-quality agricultural activities take place in the area such as milk production, meat and the typical bread of Stupinigi characterized by a low gluten content. The history of the Stupinigi Park began long before the Hunting Lodge. The Parpaglia Castle dates back to the 15th century as part of the feud of the Order of Malta and of the medieval dominion of the Lords of Revigliasco. The park promotes transportation integrated with nature such as Segway and other electric transports. Tourists can eat local products in the farms and live an unforgettable experience. You can live the charm of the park by horse carriages, as well, admiring wonderful views. The history of Stupinigi is strongly binded to the House of Savoy. Stupinigi's Hunting Lodge is owned by Mauriziano Order Foundation. It is one of the monumental jewels of Torino and one of the most beautiful historical complexes of the 18th century in Europe. The building of the hunting residence started in 1729 on the base of the project by Filippo Juvarra, and it went on until the end of the 18th century with the expansion and completion works planned by Benedetto Alfieri and other architects. A place of leisure and hunting, this was the favorite spot of the Savoy family for spectacular parties and solemn marriages, as well as the residence of Napoleon in the early 19th century. At the beginning of the 20th century, it became the residence of the Queen Margherita of Savoy, and since 1919 it has also housed the Furniture Museum. It is possible to admire the original furniture, paintings, and the gardens perfectly integrated in the environment.